Question number 9 of exercise 4.1, Additional Mathematics 4037. In this question, we have to find the equation of a quadratic curve, or basically a quadratic function. We have to make an equation, and the data which is given to us is the turning point. The turning point is basically represented by h and k, and the turning point given to us is -2 and 3. So I can say that the value of h is basically -2 and the value of k is basically 3. The other data is that this curve passes through a point. This curve is passing through a point, that is x and y. We have been given with a point. The value of x is -1 and the value of y is 5. So this is the data which has been given to us in this question, a turning point and a point, and we are asked to find the equation of the quadratic curve. Since we know the general form of the quadratic curve, but the problem is that there are two forms. First one is the general form and the next one is the vertex form. Since the turning point has been given to us, so we will be using the vertex form, which is basically the function of x, f of x equals to, we can also write it like this, we can also write y, and we know that this is a, bracket open, x minus h whole square, bracket close, and then plus k. So this is the general form, this is the, this is the vertex form of the quadratic function. And now since we know the turning point, that is h and k, and we also know the value of x and y, so what we will do, we will just put it in this vertex form. I am just writing my data over here. The value of h is -2 and the value of k is basically 3, and x and y is also given to us because we know that this parabola, this quadratic function, is passing through a point, and a point is given to us in the form of x and y. So the first value belongs to x, so x is equals to -1, and the second value belongs to y, so y is equals to 5. So I will just put these four values in this vertex form to get the value of a. Y is 5, so I will start with 5. I will write 5 equals to, I don't know the value of a, I have to find the value of a. So I will write a in place of a. I know the value of x, that is -1. And then I also know the value of h, that is again -2. So minus minus will be plus. So I will just write plus over here directly. And then bracket close, whole square, x is -1, so I wrote minus plus 1 in place of x. This is the negative of the formula, and h is also -2, so this minus and minus will get positive, so this will become +2, and then again a positive sign, and since the k is positive, so I will write 3 in place of k. So I have just put the values. 5 will be as it is. Now it's time for simplification. A will be as it is, and I know that -1 and +2, minus plus will be minus, and sign belongs to the greater, so this will be 1. So 1 whole square is always 1, and then plus 3. So after simplification, the value of a will be equal to, this is 5, and this is equals to, this is 1 square will be 1, and 1 multiplied by a will be, and this is 3. So this +3, when go on the other side, it will get subtracted, and the value of a will be equals to 2. So I have calculated the value of a. The value of a is turning out to be 2, and I just now will again use the vertex form and just put the values again in order to make my equation. So going on to the next column, I have the value of a. Now I have the turning point as well, but this time I will not be putting the value of x and y. So y will be equals to a is 2, so I will just write 2 in place of, and then bracket x, and then again, since my h value is -2, so this will be +2 because there is a negative sign of the formula, and then h again. So h is already negative and there is a negative sign outside, so this will be x plus 2 whole square, and plus, I know the value of k, the value of k is 3, And this is the equation of the quadratic function, but we will simplify it furthermore. So this will be y is equals to, I cannot multiply 2 inside the bracket first. I have to expand this bracket, and I know that in order to expand this bracket, I will be needing identity. So a plus b whole square is always equals to a square. A is x, so x square plus twice the product of the two. 2x is 2x and the twice is 4x. And then the square of the last sum, 2 square is always 4. So plus 4, this is the expansion of the bracket. And again plus 3. And since 2 is outside, so I will just multiply this with the 2. So this will be 2x square, and 2 times 4x will be 8x. So I will write 8x, and again 2 plus 2 times 4 will be 8. So I will write 8, and don't forget to write the 3 which is outside the bracket, plus 3. So the final equation of the quadratic curve is basically x is equals to 2x square. And since there is no term of x, so it will remain as it is, 8x, and then I know that 8 plus 3 is equals to 11. So I will just write 11 in place of the constant. So this is basically the equation of the quadratic function, and I just use my data. The data was given to me, the value of the turning point. Turning point is basically h and k. It is also called the vertex. And I just used the value of x and y which was given to me in the question, and I just put them into the vertex form and find out the value of a. And after finding out the value of a, I again use the same vertex form and put the value of a. This time I do not put the value of x and y, and formulated the equation, the required equation.